The seals have been broken. The devils are here. I'm Zed. I'm here to host this evening's game of Innistrad's Regulars, our D&D 5e romp into the fun and fanatical enjoyment of Magic the Gathering's Gothic horror plane, which anyone who's been playing, of course, has also noticed is the current expansion and the next one also. Just an embarrassment of vampiric riches. So first off, I just want to point out that there are a couple of other games happening on this channel. And so that is how you get some sweet, sweet discounts. Kilt, go fuck yourself. So, continuing forward.
Coming with our punches today.
Yeah, exactly. So we have some fantastic adventure and action heading straight your way, but we do first have a little bit of a sweet animatic that I'm going to be sad to see, especially the little bats at the end go away after next week. But you can experience them right now, and then we'll do sweet shit after. Alrighty, and we are back, and today is episode 10, which has been titled Legio Diabolis. And so, we have rolled initiative, we are ready to go, except there is one little thing that we have to take care of first. You see, not everyone on screen was actually present in the scene at the time. One of our very good friends was away helping the rest of the scout team for the mercenary company take a look around the city or the town, village, hamlet, to double check on the defensive capabilities, take a look at the walls, the fortifications, the moat that was unearthed, or potential moat anyway, that was unearthed several episodes earlier by our druid friend Chloris. And as the rest of the group were providing a debrief in the commander's tent, Dinah was taken away to go assess. Everything went swimmingly. Dinah proved her expertise in pointing out that one's a tree, that one's a wiggly tree. Don't go to the wiggly tree unless you're going to fight it. And it worked out really quite well. Dinah was tipped in meat, so she now has a very meaty pouch, the meatiest pouch, in fact, in this game, full of bacon and other candied smoked meats. It's all quite well preserved and fantastically tasty. However, one weird thing happened while she was there, as on her way back into town, she was visited by, some fucking ghosts or whatever. And a spirit who we have seen on this show previously, who was previously denied what they desired by Grant and Angelica, came to Dinah and told her, Your friends have been betrayed. We
What?
would like to help, but we need permission.
Alright, betrayed by who? Are they okay? And who the fuck are you?
We are those of the past who wish vengeance upon the necromancer. Withengar betrayed your friends, sneaking one of his agents amongst them.
Fuck, I
They
knew I shouldn't have
are
left.
in immediate danger. We can assist, but we need permission, and the townsfolk cannot see us. They are too far gone.
Alright, how do you want to help?
We would like to be animate. We would like to be corporeal.
Oh, animate. I thought you said intimate. Okay, that was weird. Anyway, what?
We would like to hijack, to borrow, to ride the physical forms of the townsfolk and help them to do what they never did before, which is to fight back.
Fuck. I'm
We
really
come
not a
to-
fan of this,
We
but
come to you because we see your brethren, your relatives, and how you revere them and respect them and trust them. And we would like you to know that you can trust us as well.
alright. Listen, I understand these townsfolk need to protect themselves, and obviously right now we're probably under war, which means I'm not gonna stop and you're gonna follow me. And Dinah is on her way back in town, forcing whoever this is to follow her.
Okay. They float along behind you, but not very far behind you.
Gotcha.
And are just waiting to see what you do or say.
Alright.
They are a translucent, bluish-hued bit of smoke that's frankly fairly difficult to see. They almost as if there's a sort of a vignetting effect. They don't have any visible arms past their elbows or legs past their knees. But every once in a while, if they're like gesturing while talking, you can see like a hand.
Alright, let's get this straight. I'm not a fan of even the word possession anymore, if you know anything about what happened to my family. If you heard anything I said the other night, I'm not a fan. But I also know these people aren't going to protect themselves like they fucking should because they all had the fucking water in this place. Let's make a deal.
Yes, we can bargain.
If I tell you yes, you leave alone anyone who didn't drink the water here. Anyone who can defend themselves and gives a shit. You don't touch them. But you help everybody else defend themselves.
As you're walking fairly quickly, the ghost pauses, letting you go ahead for a moment as it considers. It then sort of disappears from behind you and reappears just in front of you, now keeping pace again, as it says, "Yes, we agree. Only the hopeless."
Good. Where are my friends?
The sewers near the demon door.
Of course they are. Fuck. I knew I shouldn't have stayed. I know I should have stayed, and the next time I pick my fucking replacement, and I start running in the direction of the source.
Perfect. So Dinah heads over there with the fucking quickness, and all sorts of things are happening around in the city that no one else can see. But for the audience's sake, were someone, for example, to be capable of seeing what's happening in the city, literal hundreds of these similar translucent blue sort of misting forms of Cathars and townsfolk from eons past, corporealizing briefly near nearly all of the somewhat catatonic townsfolk who have been affected by the water before fusing with them, before entering their physical bodies. And now anyone who has been possessed, because it's not quite possession, but we'll get to that at some point later, is putting off a literal glow. Their skin producing a slight glowing blue, almost steam. And they, as a populace, begin marching to the courtyard and forming up. And so, Dinah, roll initiative. You're not going to be in the first round, but I still want to know where you go.
Okay, sounds good. I get advantage on those rolls now.
All right, because you're a barbarian. I thought you were talking about the things. Like, no, that was a joke we were talking about before the show. Oh no, she actually does get advantage on these rolls.
I do actually get advantage on the rolls. Don't worry, I didn't. I rolled a 9, which is a 10.
Fantastic.
That's easy.
Did we have when on the tracker, by the way?
Yes.
Good. And so we are ready to get going with most of the crew currently facing down Wen and 3 big-ass scorpion demons with wings, because scorpions needed to get worse.
Oh, they could be in your shoes
Who's up?
and your hair. It's great.
Wolf, monkey, scorpions. Set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did do that.
Fuck
Anywho, so
Thank you.
who's up first?
That would be one of our activations, as I rolled a 21 last time.
Okay, bring it on.
You know.
So there's 4 Bone Devils and Wen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are they? Like, what's our arrangement here? Because
Yeah, what's the situation look like in here?
Yeah.
So the way it works is because remember you're on that sort of narrow bridge, and then if it goes a ways down and a ways up. This is the room that the spiders were in.
The cluster hallway.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't know it was a bridge.
That's a bridge?
Wait,
It's
the
not a
bridge?
bridge so much as it's a wall with a like a guardrail,
Oh.
and then it opens out into cavern, basically.
Oh, so it opens up further down.
Yeah, so it goes down and up, and the spiders came from up, and that's mostly what you dealt with. But there is a down to
Ah.
it
Is it
as
like the
well.
Lord of the Rings thing where you're...
Kind of, yeah. It's
Little
like
bit
being on the side of a
Khazad-dûm.
mountain on a small trail. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was a tunnel, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's my fault for apparently not describing it correctly the first time.
We could fall off.
Yes,
into
there
is-
Doom. There's
there is
Doom
falling.
below and above. Okay.
Oh, I was on that wall. We.
Yeah, you were.
It would have been fine.
So you are all in front of the metal door with demonic warding things on it. It is an outwardly curved hemispherical cylinder with a like a pressure valve handle to open it. then there's all of you, and then blocking the way out currently is Wen and the 4 demons. One of which is on the ground in front of Wen, one of which is on the wall above and to Wen's right, and then the other 2 are flying.
How
in
far
place.
away from when are they all roughly?
I would say that they're all within 5 feet. Like, as in D&D terms, they're all within a square of each other.
Okay.
Neato.
The 2 of us have some capabilities for long-range clusters, correct?
Yeah, but we might not actually. I could possibly kill one in one shot, and that would benefit us, yes. But if we throw a big area of effect spell that just does some damage to all of them, it doesn't stop their next thing. What would be most helpful in the moment to prepare us for what's about to come? I would say allowing Angelica to go first to establish a front line as best as possible.
My only concern is...
I was about to say, I
Deal?
would like to essentially move around the group and then get between you guys and where our trouble now is. Which is where I was anyway, because I was standing there next to Wen with my sword drawn at her throat. So, yeah,
Yeah, you weren't
that would
happy.
also give me an opportunity.
God, I
I
missed
said,
that.
yeah, you weren't happy.
Wasn't jazzed. Paladins don't handle betrayal well. It's weird.
It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to go first if people are cool with that, because I want to see what happens when I smite the ever-loving shit out of this first bone whatser. Okay. So, yeah, as all this crap materializes in front of me and it's into existence, I guess like kind of take a step back away from when there's just a fucking demon in my face, and let's see, hang on real quick, I need to double check, make sure this is a bonus action or yeah, you know, I haven't used Vow of Enmity yet.
New
And that's pretty
toys.
cool.
Do it.
New toy.
Vow of
You gain
Enmity.
advantage on attack rolls against this creature for 1 minute. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mark.
It is. So yeah, I don't know how tough this thing is. So let's go ahead and expend my fucking what the hell is it called? Channel Divinity. Boom, spent. And my bonus action. Boom, spent.
You just Flash Gordon there for a second. Ah.
Yes, everyone else.
As Angelica kind of does the whole like shield up and lays the sword along it, and screams like, "Demon!" You know, she's in a place right now, and is then going to just take her sword and stab forward, real hard style, right at its stupid fucking head.
Okay.
Angelica,
Roll to
Boyame.
Your head is.
All right, I'm gonna roll my d20s now. That's the thing I'm gonna do. Hey, a 19. That's gonna be a real high number. 19 plus 7 is 26.
Okay, you hit.
Woo.
Score. Okay. I need a d6. I need several d8s because I'm gonna smite. And I get the feeling that this thing is either a fiend or undead. Not
Guess you'll have to do it and find out.
guess.
Do it
Okay,
and find
so
out.
I may get
Suck-
no.
suck it
I'll do
and
it and find
see.
out. Okay. I may get to roll an extra one of these. So now that I'm rolling damage, we'll find out afterwards if I then get to roll another thing for damage. So
You will get to roll another thing for damage.
okay.
It is an
Great.
undead demon.
I figured it was Boltsies. Let me burn
Yeah.
2 of my spell points. 6, 5, 4. So
What a
there
tryhard.
we go. That's
Undead and a
9.
demon.
Hmm.
And then for all of the radiant damage that follows it,
We're still 7. Yeah.
what are these 4s? God damn. 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, that's 17. Okay. Let's see, 19 plus
But it needs to
7
be on a solid.
is 26. So 26 damage.
Ooh.
Total.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes.
Healthy.
I
Yeah.
Well,
plunge the sword like into this thing's freaking face.
Unhealthy.
Or of
Yeah.
that, 9 is
Hot.
slashing and 17 is radiant.
Sure.
By the way.
So your bright white blade plunges into the face of this demonic bone scorpion demon, and it hits flesh. It causes skin and nerves and tissue to suppurate and almost melt before its holy might. But it has the wherewithal to push your blade away, and it is not even bloodied.
That's my go.
Next up,
Well, there's.
extra attack?
Oh god, right, I attacked twice. Fuck. Right.
Now do it again.
Yeah.
God.
I will
It's been
generally
so
take you
long.
at your word when you say I'm
No,
done.
I haven't had a fight since I got a second attack. So I forgot. And Valve Enmity's on every attack I make, correct? Notes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
you've
advantage
marked
against
your
the
target.
thing now.
Just permanently sticks there. Alright. Bit lower this time. It is but a 18.
Fail.
Oh.
Interesting.
As when she bats the sword aside and I kind of like pivot and turn and try to swing
Yeah.
with the momentum.
You swing again, and it is able to lithely,
Well,
pivot its head while, still staring at you. Like it maintains eye contact with you, but it's able to move in such a way that your sword just kind of pinks off of its bone armor.
Okay. Now it's my go. Thank you for the reminder. There goes my hat. Goodbye, hat.
oh no, hat.
My hat. Go back.
Next
hat.
up,
You go on my hat.
3 activations on your end.
Oh.
okay. So of the 4 that are standing there, plus Wen. Actually, okay, a couple of different things happen. First off, Wen looks at the group of you and says, all right, well, I've gotten paid already, and I've done my job. So, see ya. And drops a smoke bomb.
No. Come on me, bitch.
And that's Wen's action. Smoke bomb is dark in Wen's specific 5-foot cubed space.
Run this
Or in this case, I think 5'3" is what we determined. Anywho,
Run this
you can't see
way.
Wen anymore.
I'll reserve that.
2 of the demons, let's say the one that used to be above Wen on the wall and the other one that was flying directly above Wen, both begin to make guttural noises that echo inside your skulls. You can feel a sort of a bassy thud against your chest as the words that they speak have a twinge of wrong. They simply should not be words. And everything about it feels violating as they talk. And then, out of the air, you see 5 more smaller demons, imps, slightly beefed up imps, about 3.5 feet tall, wings, bat-like wingspans appropriate to their size. 3 of them blue, 2 of them orange, of skin tone, scale tone. They have scales. With elongated black eyes, fully black, no sclera or irises or anything. They're just black. And these 5 demons should all be added to the initiative roster But essentially, mark 2 of them next to one of the demons and 3 of them next to another one. They move at the same time as those demons.
Okay, they're grouped.
Yeah.
Okay, so
These
I will
motherfuckers make
slide them.
tokens.
Yes, they do. They summon X number of demons,
Imp group 1.
such and such times per day of such and such strength, etc., etc. And so you've got some extra demons, and none of them get actions this turn, but they're there, and they're all cursing and shouting at you.
Rude.
Next action.
So that was 3 activations there.
Yes. When smoke bombed, and 2 demons summoned even more demons.
Then we have 1 activation on our side.
Which one of you two wants to go next?
Yeah, go.
So this is a positioning question, because I need to know if I could get something, a template as it were, 20-foot radius but not hit Angelica. What would I get within a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder?
Whew.
Another
I
day
mean-
older and deeper in debt?
You could hit everything. It would be difficult to not hit Angelica, but you could do it. What you would end up doing is putting the sort of the focal point of your spell behind them in the hallway.
Sorry, you spoke at the same time while I was listening.
You could place
That makes
she could place it so that Angelica wouldn't be hit.
Correct.
So long as you put it far enough back so that the circle is in front of
Yeah.
Angelica. Template placement.
Yes. In an
Yes.
MMO, this would be my joy.
Or if it's a dex save, just go for it. I got a pretty
It's
decent
not
dex save.
It
is Dex.
It is Dex. Is it? Okay, good. I don't have to feel bad. You know what? If I break it, I'll fix it.
You break it, you
Chloris,
buy it.
so as a bonus action, Chloris is casting Shillelagh, and then she's going to cast Ice Storm. So she's pulling the cloak that
Ooh.
Wen had given her a little closer with one hand, while the other is rotating the spear so that the intricate woven centerpiece is at the top. She's like, well, it's a shame you gave me your cloak, because it's going to get very cold in a minute.
One thing I would like to point out, not that I don't like this action, I think this action's fantastic, but you've only seen 2 of the 4 demons move, and both of them summoned more demons.
Okay.
So I don't know what your plan is for next round, but
What
it
does
stands
this
to reason that the other 2 demons might also summon more demons, thus increasing the effectiveness of an ice storm after all the
It
demons
doesn't-
have summoned
it's-
their demons.
It's instantaneous.
Yeah.
It doesn't last longer.
No. Well, if we're going
So it's up to you.
Ooh. Actually,
Who's
then
gonna
I'll
take 'em
take
out?
the
Then
turn,
they
You'll
can't
take
summon
it.
and they'll go, and then
Okay, then I'll take the 10 slot.
yeah. Actually, your slot comes up after that. All right. So what I'll do is this. I realize I put that into the wrong location there.
Okay. Well,
Just
just
to
help you get
pretend like none of that
maximum-
happened, everybody.
Totally fine. We all got a premonition
Okay.
of events to come.
Yeah.
Fur.
Then
excited.
Grant will activate, and so they're all nice and tightly bunched, right?
Oh yeah, yep, and only getting more crowded.
And the paladin doesn't care if you hit her. In or out of character. She doesn't.
Grant pulls on a leather strap on the backpack, and the contraption that he refers to as Lewis crawls off of his back and takes a small leap to the wall, crawling up the side,
Mm-hmm.
thus giving a overhead shot spraying downward as
How high up can it crawl in a turn? Out of curiosity.
I can
'Cause
summon
remember,
it. Okay, so just to let you know, I can summon it within 30 feet of me. I can
And
just
then-
select
okay.
a point
So you
and
can
it's
summon it.
there.
You can effectively summon it, 30 feet up, and then.
I get to move it. It has movement, 15 feet of movement every turn.
Okay, so it could be up to 45 feet above. That'll get it overhead view on everything but the one that was flying directly over. No, it won't. No, that's overhead view on everything. Yep.
Okay. Because it's... I don't want to go full 45 up because I have a 15-foot cone that I'm going to fire out from it.
Okay. So they're at multiple different heights is the thing. Some of them are flying, some of them are well, they're all hovering, right? But some of them are in the air and some of them are on the ground. But you, with a 15-foot cone, can hit easily one, two. You can hit 3 of the big ones and 3 of the small ones.
And I'll do that. As the forward portion of it, a filigreed barrel extends and a small pilot ignites at the very end. And there's a quick hiss of gas. And they need to make dex saves.
Cool. What's your spell save DC?
Is a... I'll double check, make sure I got this right. 15.
Okay. The 3 big ones make it. The 3 little ones fail.
They're going to take some damage regardless. So it's just 2d8. So 9 for the failures, and 5 for the saves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. That totally works. You ended up hitting... One of the ones that you hit is also the one that Angelica hit, and that one is bloody.
Okay. Do they seem any especially resilient to the flames?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I can adjust that.
Recalibrate.
Yeah.
Calibration.
That annoys
Data.
me.
First round's always data.
Mm-hmm. Next up.
No, that was my bonus action, sir.
Oh, what's your main action?
My main action is... Oh, no, that was my one action to build, and then... Okay, so that is my first action, so... Sorry. On first turn of summoning, I can do that.
Do you have a bonus action then?
Right.
That my bonus action was to have it fire.
Okay.
One action to build, one action to fire. So that's my first turn. It's once it's up and running, that's when I can start doing the ridiculous, fire, that double barrel action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it is Bone Devil 4's turn. Or one of the one of yours.
Pardon me. Okay, so the Bone Devil that is on the ground in front of Angelica opts not to summon additional because, well, there's an Angelica there who just hurt the shit out of it. And so it is instead going to... What's going to do... It's going to do 2 things definitely, and then depending on how that goes, we'll determine the third thing.
Okay.
So what is your AC?
17.
17. Okay, it misses you with one of its claws. It hits you with one of its claws, which alters what it's going to do, but it is going to hit you for a grand total of 8 piercing as it pinches you. It will then
Stop it.
make...
Fucking rude.
Yeah. It will... Ooh.
I don't want this. I don't consent to this. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sorry. It then stabs you in the shoulder with its whip-like hook-ended tail. And you need to make a Constitution save.
All right.
DC 16.
Apologies, just double checking one thing real quick.
Okay.
You or a friendly creature. Awesome. All right. Constitution. DC 16.
Mm-hmm.
19. So I make it.
Ooh.
Yep. So in that case, you only take 4 additional acid damage.
What's stuff? We're burning it. You're poking, you're burning.
You're not tripping balls.
Stop it. Fucking my hat keeps falling off. Knocking my head off, monster.
Okay.
Asshole monster.
So that is that demon's turn. Who's next?
Well, you said Dinah doesn't activate this round.
Right.
So Chloris's activation would be next, and then technically Wen got a 6 at the very end. So I guess the final Bone Devil will activate in that spot, and then
Yep.
we'll move
And
to
then
the next.
that initiative will then go away.
Okay, good to know. Just raise that. Do. So, okay, do your action. Dean.
Okay, so
Is your-
Chloris, it turns out that there are exactly as many demons now as there were before, but who fucking knew that at the time? So, do what you're gonna do.
Well, so if there is one, I could hold that action until somebody does the thing, right?
Sure. Yep. Okay, so you're holding the action?
Yeah, the action that I
Okay,
described before.
all right. Totally fine. So in that case, final demon goes, and yeah, it's absolutely going to start chanting. You can all hear the noise in your soul as it tickles your soul's pharyngeal larynx.
Neat.
And then it
Hello, Higgles.
summons forth. This one's going to summon something a little bit different.
It's ready to
Sweet.
party.
It summons 5 sort of kobold-sized demons, each of which armed with a tiny size-appropriate spear with what looks like an incredibly thin, wickedly sharp spearhead on it. That is also lit from within as if it is made of coals. They are red-skinned and small, and they are between Angelica and the rest of the group.
So now you get to pop off your held action because
Okay.
that was the trigger.
Yep.
So the new ones will unfortunately probably not be in the cylinder, but that's okay. Right?
They came up between Angelica and us.
Yeah, so if you wanted to get the
Angelica's
new ones in the cylinder, you would also have to get Angelica in the
I can protect
cylinder.
Angelica.
Put
for a
the
turn. That's
cylinder
fine.
on
Oh,
me.
Yeah,
cool.
pop
Yeah,
it.
laying it on you.
Go.
Angelica
Do
feels
it.
that air get heavy and cold, and like your vest feels wet for a second until it frosts over in a flash, and then you hear ting 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 ting, and then loud like golf balls, like volleyballs, because from the void above, a storm of angry cold winds start whipping down hail like fists in that entire unfortunate area, slicking whatever area is along your feet with layers and layers of dirty gray ice. Ice storm.
Can fist-sized hail be otherwise known as crystal cuffs?
Oh my god.
So
collect
to
my dice pool.
help out in this situation, as a reaction, actually, can I? Is it? It doesn't even say it takes a. Yes, I can use my reaction to do this. So, Grant, very very subtly shouts, "Angelica, look alive!" And flash of genius, you get a +4 to this dex save.
Oh no shit.
Because my intelligence save gets added to your next saving throw.
That is awesome.
I have that
Nice.
another
Yeah.
3 times.
So dex saves.
So what is the spell save DC?
14.
Okay. Angelica,
Oh,
or sorry, not
okay.
Angelica, Dinah, please also make this saving throw. As you're coming around the corner, you run into hail. You guys couldn't see couldn't see Dinah coming.
I thought the door was the
I
demon
thought
door.
the door
we
was
were-
behind us.
The door that you want to go into is behind you.
Oh, we spun around. Oh,
okay. I was like, I thought we were going to the demon door, and then Wen was like,
Originally, yes.
"No, bitch."
Yeah.
Ren got between me and the door. We'll just say that as she was talking, she circled around me to the other
That
side.
works.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah.
Okay. I knew we were.
Anyway, I need to be a 14. You said?
Yes.
It's dexterity.
Yes.
I get advantage on that.
Cool.
Hopefully
I'm not
that
expecting
matters.
I'm not expecting you to fail. I'm just telling you that, like, yep.
Yeah, no.
You get a face full of chloris on your way in.
Well then.
So Grant, thanks to you, I
Well.
pass.
Ooh, yay!
Because I felt just shy. I was one shy. So thanks to you, I pass. And I'm going to burn up my reaction because I finally got a chance to use this. And like as that flash goes across my chest, it's like look up and it's just shield over. There goes my hat. It knocks my hat down into the friggin' abyss, but my shield comes up, and we just see like the hail like slam and shatter across my the holy symbol of Avacyn.
No
'Cause
damage.
I can spend my reaction to do that.
Yeah.
If I succeeded a dex save, I take no damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just hypothetically say that maybe, perhaps, in a certain world, what if all of them were to fail? What might happen?
We'd be happy.
well,
You'd
I
have...
don't know if Grant's
Yes.
capable of that, but it's 17 cold damage, 14 bludgeoning damage, and until my turn, the end of my turn, the terrain's difficult.
Okay. And this is all, you said it's 17 bludgeoning,
17 cold and 14 bludgeoning.
17 cold, 14 bludgeoning. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. They seem not particularly affected by the temperature. But the blunt force certainly seems to crunch them a bit. The two small blue flying demons both get pummeled to the ground under the weight of the hail. Yeah, nothing else is dead or bloodied beyond what already was bloodied. But none of them are very happy. And the little guys are... Actually, no, that's not true. The little dudes on the ground are all bloodied.
Quick
All five of the... Do you want an inventory?
Quick clarification.
Yeah.
When you say they were undisturbed by the temperature, meaning they are resilient to that temperature, or that they just completely seem unaffected entirely?
They are affected, but not as much as perhaps they ought to
To
be.
the resistance of cold and fire. Taking into account.
Force damage, anyone?
I
Maybe thunder next?
do that too. Give me a minute.
Thundercats.
Oh.
Acid and
Thunderous
poison?
clap of ass cheeks count? 'Cause
I don't think they're quite
That would be
sonic.
sonic damage, which they took out.
Damn. Ooh. Also, when all that hail comes down, all of a sudden everyone is just, ah, what the fuck?
No,
And
it's really good.
Dinah's like hiding under her fur cloak, and she's from Stency. It's not like she hasn't dealt with hail before, but this is particularly large and vicious hail, and she
Oh, yeah.
doesn't
Also
like
indoors.
it. Yeah, there's a whole lot of confusion happening right now, as she just
Usually happen
goes.
in tunnels.
She's just kind of under there going, whoever did this is
There's a-
so getting kicked in the face.
A whole lot of shaking going on. Yeah. Who's up next? I believe it's back to the top of the order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means it should be your go.
It is. So it is our activation. I would say letting in our barbarian
Yes.
to rage and rush would be a very good
Please
thing.
do what you do best, Dinah. I'm busy going clang, 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 clang over my head.
You took it like a champ.
So, coming around the
No, I didn't.
corner,
I survived.
I'm closest
No
to
damage.
Angelica then, right?
Yeah,
then
you're
all
coming
the...
around the corner, and there's you, and then a fuck lot of demons, and then Angelica, and then a tiny patch of demons, and then the rest of the group.
Oh, a target-rich environment, you say?
Yeah.
Excellent. Everyone just suddenly hears from the other side of all of the demons. Just, alright, who's fucking with my friends? As she goes into a rage, taking out her longsword, and just rushes in and just does like a sweep at the nearest one that she can reach.
You can reach one that looks like it's been hurt and is currently squaring off with Angelica. You can reach one that is on the wall. Yeah, you can reach.
I
either
want
of
the
those.
one, whatever one's closest to Angelica is the one she's going for first.
Okay, cool. Give
Thank
me an attack roll.
Do I get a flanking bonus or no?
Yes, because it has no idea that you're there as well.
Sweet. Oh. That would be 24 to slice a bitch.
24 will hit. Give me damage.
Oh, I don't want to get sliced.
You're not a bitch.
No, you're the bitch I like. It's fine. You're fine.
Thank you. Aw.
You might be a bitch, but you're our bitch. So
Ooh, I mean, not that I'm into
Favorite
possessive culture.
Favorite bitch.
the bitch we know.
There you go.
Comrade bitch.
I'm very on brand today because I got 9 slashing.
Nine.
Fantastic. It notices.
It notices.
Hi. It's just momentum going backwards now to hit the same one in the face.
Okay. It definitely. So you're actually slashing at its tail because it's facing Angelica. And then after you slash its tail the first time, it does turn around, and though it is Scorpion in face and structure, it roars at you as if it were a lion.
I'm not gonna do it so I don't blow the mic out, but she does it right fucking back.
Okay.
And then goes the swing again. Why do I keep rolling 9s and shit? What the fuck is happening? The second one's a 16
Miss.
to hit. Too angry. I got sore in my eye. Fuck!
That's gonna be pink eye later.
Yeah.
I
You can
can
fix
lay
that,
on
right?
hands, it's fine. Yeah. I could literally fix diseases just by touching you.
Oh, good.
I'm very clean.
Good to know.
So next action.
That's 3 devils in a row
So it's us, right? We
Cool.
just go.
with 2
Yeah,
imp
that's
with
cool.
Yeah.
with 2 imp
Hey!
groups. Well, whatever ones activate
Sure.
alongside their appropriate imp group.
Excellent. Angelica, the one that you put a hex on, or marked or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a witch.
Uh,
Then yeah, checks out.
Yep.
Mm.
It turns away from Dinah, roars at you, and it is. I'm going to spend a fate point to give myself advantage.
Actually, then you just get a straight roll.
Well,
No, it's not at disadvantage. You're at advantage to hit it.
No, because of one of my features.
Oh,
Yeah, if you go to attack something that's not Dinah after she hits it, it automatically has disadvantage.
That's right.
interesting.
the
Yeah.
guardians
So
get in
it's-
the way.
So it's been doubly marked. That's hilarious. Okay.
Rory and
Also-
Lewis are in the way.
Also, the way the misfortune points work, since I think this might be the first time you're actually using
It is.
it allows you to re-roll any die. It's a re-roll, not granting advantage.
Oh. Okay. Well, It's going to attempt to roll, so it's got disadvantage, I guess. What happens if it attacks Dinah? Does the mark from Angelica also give it disadvantage if it attacks someone else?
No. That's giving me advantage.
Ah, okay. Well, then it's just going to fully turn around and start trying to eat Dinah.
It doesn't know.
It's the tank.
I actually feel like with marks like that, they work because there's like a sort of a magical pull, and so the creature like is going to focus on you because it can sense your like bestial dominant nature.
That'd be
or whatever.
terrible for rangers. Poor fucking ranger trying to hide in the bush.
Well, that's why rangers don't go around marking things in the same way.
I mean, they have hunter's mark.
Yeah, it was like my poor ranger would be
right,
so
but
sad.
hunter's mark is not the same as
Taunt.
it functions differently.
This is a
Yeah.
taunt
Yeah.
effect. This is a crowd control.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mine's not.
So anyway,
That means it just
so
wouldn't work, and that's ridiculous.
does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Good. So in that case, it is going to actually roll to hit again. A 22 certainly hits you. So let's find out then whether it gets to. That one might not connect. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. And then finally,
Long sword.
okay, so it misses with that also. So
Wait a second.
what?
No, never mind.
Okay,
Sorry. Never mind. Never mind.
that's fine. You're gonna take 9 piercing. Sorry, not 9. 14 piercing, and then 8
to 7.
piercing.
And down to 4. Because I'm raging. Love rage resistance.
And then it also gets to make a. I think it's no. You just are grappled. That's right. And then you can resist it on your turn.
What the
It connected with both pincher attacks. So it's like,
Speaking of, how you're within 10 feet of me then, because it's just that thing,
Yes.
and then you are directly behind it.
Yeah.
So heads
Correct.
up, Dinah, you now, because you're in the room with us, +2 to your saving throws, because you're next to me.
McBuff. Yay. Thank you.
So
That'll
that is
help.
Demon 1. Demon ankle biters are going to rush the casters in the back because they're little bastards. And so.
Bastards on the castards.
So let's see here. Well, that one's almost certainly a mess. Grant, your AC is what?
Grant's AC is a 16.
And Chloris?
17.
Cool. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. All right. So Grant, you get hit by 1 normal attack from one of these guys, and Chloris, you get hit by a critical. So Grant, you get stabbed in the gut with an extraordinarily sharp flaming spear from a tiny little creature that does a total of 2 piercing and 3 fire damage. As it looks up at you and goes, "Ha ha ha! We will skewer you! We will destroy!"
Some Evil Dead vibe.
And
There's some
then
definite Deadite
Chloris-
energy.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. And then Chloris, you get whacked for. Okay. Ooh, shit. Worse. You get whacked for 9 fire and 6 piercing.
Okay.
As that one, as it's like stabbing you in the hip, it's yelling out, "Burn the tree one! Burn the tree one!"
That's fucking rude.
Yeah.
Your bark is worse than your bite.
And so the other little
I'm
baby
never
demons
healing
don't
you
do
again.
any good.
I'm gonna just
Just,
slowly, very
bring back.
slowly nudge you off
Goodbye.
the side.
Angelica, you are being hit with 3 attempted mind whammies. So I need you to make 3 willpower saves, DC 12.
Okay. Your flash of inspiration thing was like a for one roll thing. It's not like a until the round or some shit, right? You're very busy reading a book, so I'm going to assume it's over. Also, did you say willpower saves?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was up? You were asking me a question, right?
Flash of inspiration. Is it a round or the? Or
It is a flash.
duration?
It's a one immediate save.
Just for that roll.
I get to hand that out as a reaction. It's like bardic inspiration.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, totally cool. Zed, do you mean like a wisdom save?
What did I say?
Willpower?
Willpower. I don't
Wisdom.
have a willpower.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Now, just making sure it wasn't like intelligence or charisma.
No.
Back in the.
Sorry.
Okay, so
That's a Pathfinderism.
And also a 3, 5, and 3, and yeah.
A lot of systems use willpower.
and you said, and I'm making how many of these? You said
3 of them, DC 12.
okay, DC 12. That one's a crit. That succeeds. That one's a 5. It's a wait. Yeah, it's just a failure. And that one is also a fail. So yeah, 1 pass,
Okay.
2 fails.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The demons are staring at you, and their eyes begin to flicker with a sort of a red and blue rippling effect across their otherwise entirely blank black eyes. The sort of darkened pools of light being broken up by circles passing across them. And you find this to be intensely mesmerizing to the point that you are having a thing that I had meant to have already. So you are stunned.
Okay.
Just stunned. You are stunned for this round.
Okay. Noted.
So, yeah. So you can't move, can speak only falteringly. You automatically fail strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against you have advantage.
You're also incapacitated,
Okay.
meaning you can't take actions or reactions. So you
Okay.
basically
Yep.
sacrifice an activation this turn.
So
I will go last.
and
And actually, since I have no active defense anymore, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Okay.
So, I'll be back in a second.
well, one of the biggins is gonna smack you.
Okay. Okay.
So
Get these dice ready.
Jesus
Do the thing.
Christ, what the fuck is up with us? Oh no, that one does beat a 10. Okay, so and then my dice are rolling like 3s and 2s and shit.
I flew to
So
Ohio in my sleep.
so one of these, yeah, you did. I can't believe it. So one of them on its activation only gets 1 good attack off with its pincers, and so it deals a total of
Mm-hmm.
10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the next one is also going to use you as its own personal pinata, swooping in. Jesus fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. I see. The problem was I was rolling them at the same time.
Again, you can spend points to reroll stuff. It's
Shoot.
fine.
No, I'm saving that for the actual fight.
Oh,
So
fucking fuck.
you're gonna get hit by another pincher for a grand total of 6 piercing damage, and 1 more
Mhm.
for 9.
9. Okay, so just to be clear, that was a 10, a 6, and a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm currently at 31, Cloris. You look like you were keeping track. I figured it's like, I'll just make sure that
I
your
was.
numbers line up, and so you don't get lost in all of the... Because that was a lot of hits.
Yep.
So You might not take all that damage.
Below.
Oh.
Dinah, upon seeing all of these demons just start flooding Angelica, just goes,
So my shield
Rory,
goes up so all the demons
go! And
You
my
do this as a
Dinah's
reaction?
yes, Dinah's brother with the short sword and shield show up and protects you for 2d6 of that damage.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fun.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Fucking here we go.
Yeah.
Good.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
So you heal for 6 of that damage. You do not
Okay.
take
So
it.
that negated one of them completely. Cool. So I'm at
Yep.
37 then.
Get down, Madam
Nice.
President.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that is, however, all 3 of those big uns and all the little ones. Sorry. Yes, they're all done. So next up,
Well, that is one of us.
Not
So
me.
you or I. Because we don't want to burn the...
Yeah.
We'll wait till the
No.
very end for that one.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the bottom.
I have something that might do some help. I've got a couple of options actually. I've got 2. You like to?
Now I'm gonna
I
support
was
HP.
probably gonna heal,
Ribbon.
but if we think you're gonna be okay.
I'll be fine.
Well, not you.
Well, yes. I'm fairly sure health totals wise we're gonna
Angelica
be alright.
and I are the ones bearing the burden right now.
Yeah. So if I could maybe take some out, that would be helpful. All right. So. So I can get the most out of this turn, I'm going to activate my flame cannon and have that put out a gout, a 15-foot cone gout again, hitting as many as possible. So a 15-foot cone avoiding trying to hit Dinah and Angelica. Is that possible?
You could hit 2 big uns and the 3 flying little ones.
I'll go for that then.
Okay.
Have them all make dex saves, if you will.
DC 15 again.
DC 15.
Okay.
I reached down and touched the dice.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Curse.
Okay. So tell me some numbers. The 2 big ones made it. 1 little one made it. 2 little ones failed.
Those who pass, those who fail taking full damage get 15 fire, and those who pass take half of that, so 8.
Okay. 2 of the 3 little ones are bloodied. The other one actually is like the other one, seemingly against all odds, manages, like, you char it so badly that it falls to the ground, making a limp thud as its now lifeless form flops to the polished cement below. Its former squad mates laughing at it for dying to what they were all born of.
So all of these things together, how many of them could I fit into a 10-foot spear without hitting Chloris, without hitting anybody, I should say, any of my friends, Angelica or
We're
Dinah
your
specifically.
friends?
We're friends.
That's his
I knew
internal
it.
monologue.
Fucking
You'll
knew
never
it.
hear that out
I
loud.
knew it. I knew we were friends. Ha!
Character progression!
Friendlies.
Nobody can do that.
Friendlies.
No,
It's a
fine.
military designation.
Sure it is.
Okay.
Military designation.
So
Right.
you could hit basically the same ones, because the other 2 are located lower down and are basically in melee with Dinah and Angelica.
Fantastic. Then pulling from his pack it's a small glass ball with what looks like a rolling thundercloud with the occasional face inside of it swirling as he throws that above and into the group, and as that left hand comes down, he pulls back the hammer and fires off his gun, and explodes it mid-air as the shatter effect goes off in that grouping.
Ooh, shatter.
That's
I
fun.
love shatter. I love shatter.
It sounds like a combination of a thunder crack and somebody's femur splitting, including the scream. All right, let me go.
I saw a femur today.
What?
What happened while I was gone?
He collects
I went
unique
to an antique
sounds.
store.
Antique
It's his
store.
hobby.
In this,
They all need to make con saves.
the amount of echo in this place. For that loud a sound would be amazing.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
spell save DC as before?
Yes.
I-
Actually, I apologize. This one is a 16 because of the enhanced spell focus.
See, that's why I ask. One big one fails. The rest all like rolled naturally really high. But a big one failed this time, which has not happened yet.
So that reduces that to that. And that's going to be 4d8 thunder damage, 1d8 force damage.
Ooh.
So this will be my
Love
force
force.
damage. What?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So 8 force.
that evolved and then devolved.
8 force,
It was
20
quite a
thunder.
ride.
Woo!
Eight,
I see
force,
why you
20.
made the sound.
Oh, I'm sorry.
8 force 20.
21 thunder because of the enhanced spell focus, increasing all damage from spells by 1.
Okay. So, and I assume it's saved for half.
Save for half. Yes.
Okay. So the big one that is on the wall, that is like it's like locked onto the wall. That one is now bloodied. The other two tiny flyer demons are now gone, and the one other midair demon is. It's there. It's not yet bloodied, but you suspect that it is like real close. Real close. They do seem to have taken the appropriate amount of damage from this attack.
Okay, they are affected by thunder. Got it.
Yep.
Good to know. All right, that's my activation.
Okay, and what an activation it was. Who is next?
Your final bony boy.
Ah, yes. He is also going to assault Angelica, but he's going for a different attack. So he needs to hit, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. Well, one of them misses, but one of them hits. It's a critical.
Bring it, nerd. I ain't afeared in nothing.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's test the reflexes of your friends. So here's what happens: is you, Angelica, you take a total of 18 piercing damage as
Okay.
it just, I mean, it impales you with one of its clawed pincher hands, and it then flies back about 10 feet such that you are over the edge and drops you.
Fuck.
Okay, my hat actually is. It does. As I go.
As
The
well
hat's
as
like-
you, apparently.
Yeah.
Next activations.
I used my reaction. I can't.
So I
can
believe
take care of
that's
this, okay.
me. which I'm stunned and airborne. So there's just as the spear goes through, there's a sucking choke of air, and
Yep.
as I slide off of it, we just see like her hand kind of come up, and as I disappear into the blackness because I'm stunned and I can't do nothing. So that's me.
You can, however, give me a will save.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Flash of genius. Add 4 to that.
Okay.
So 6. So I'm adding 6 total to this. As I drop the die. 21.
Hey, you regain your wits shortly after being dropped over the edge.
Yeah, you sober up real fast when you're midair.
Yeah, you go, ah! So yeah, next action after that.
Actually, wait, no, slight
That's-
retcon. I forgot.
I didn't
because,
go.
Yeah, it's you.
Dinah was
okay.
there doing nonsense. I think there's just that, and then while I'm getting stunned, before I get stabbed, it's, Dinah! And then woof through, and
Oh
Sure.
my god.
small change.
Yeah.
Because I just realized, like, oh, my friend! Oh,
Oh no.
small change. Alright.
So question.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily wild shape into anything with a flight speed, but I can wild shape into a spider, a really big one
Yep.
that can cast webs.
And we determined that your spider also has spider climb as well.
Well, yeah, that does have that. But my question is
That's a thing.
would I be able to do that quickly enough to spit a web out? Not weave a web, but spit on Angelica from the edge. Just like,
Beat.
because
Good
I
catch.
realize web itself usually you take time because you're creating a web. But if I'm just looking to,
Yeah.
well,
It's
wiggle
wait,
my butt at you
wait.
alluringly in a moment of
I'm
Look
pretty
at
sure
your
it's
butt,
panic.
spit at me.
instantaneous.
Bola spider.
I'll
It's everything I ever
I'll
wanted.
let you do it for a fortune point.
Web should be
That's a
instantaneous
worthy
for the spiders.
usage.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah,
I'll let you butt wiggle faster than normal for the cost of a
It was
fortune.
actually bola
Wait, no.
bola spiders. There's a specific species that will create a strand with a little ball of goo at the end that they then whip it at
Oh,
their targets.
totally. But those
Yeah,
exist
dude, like,
in...
no, P. parkerus has been known. You see those a lot in New York.
Yep.
They just...
do
all
you
over the
want me
place.
to let you die?
Web
These
is
are
just a ranged weapon attack.
Okay.
It just it just happens.
Chorus panics, and for a moment you see what looks like she drops everything, but then more things start dropping. The clothes start dripping off the body. The beaver fur just in patches falls down around her. The hair in clumps, and she's lifting out from that pile of things falling down into the like orb-like shape of an arachnid. Its legs just sharp and pincher, just like jink, leaning over the side, and and that
This is
monster-
going on. Dinah's just going, Angelica, and then there's butt wiggling happening over.
Yes,
So-
like clutching
so-
the side of it, trying to get an eye, and is going to try and get our beautiful friend here.
Someone's having a good time.
It's a 60
yeah,
foot
that would be
range,
Portia laughing
20
at the
foot
butt
cube.
wiggling. Yeah.
we do
So a couple of things happen. So first off, 5 shitty little spear wielding demons get to take crappy little attacks of opportunity at you as you move away from them in order to get eyesight onto Angelica.
AC
That's
is
a
an
miss.
18.
That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a hit. And then that's a miss. Okay, so 1 hit. And it's going to be for a total of... 2 fire, 2 piercing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
One of them goes, eh, as you're running away.
18, then it goes up by 2.
Now, listen, but before I hit the ground, if I hit level 20, I can sprout wings. So we just need to find a way to level me up another 13 levels
While
very
you're
quickly.
falling.
While you're falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could
Just find it to
reveal
Rask.
your secret Azamar heritage and have that happen a few levels sooner.
I
Suddenly.
hate this conversation.
I mean, I don't think those are in Magic the Gathering, but...
They're not.
I mean, actually, hang
Yeah.
on, wait, okay.
You are
They-
Avacyn!
There are
Spend
tieflings
2 and a
now.
white. If I could spend 2 and a white to cast Angelic Ascension,
Yeah,
so I
that
can get
works.
Vigilance and Flying.
You've been
So
Avacyn
yeah,
this whole time.
you cast your web and make an
I hope
attack
not, it goes poorly for her.
versus in this case AC 10 because Angelica doesn't get her dex bonus.
Wait, is she
It's-
casting web or is she like making a ranged attack?
I thought you cast web via a ranged attack. Is that not it?
No.
No, that's why I asked if it could be done. Normally, the web is like you just take your time to build a fucking web.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's fine.
with
You okay.
With the spider, it's a ranged attack specifically. Like, that's how that one
Spider doesn't
works.
get
It just hits.
a web thing.
Yeah,
It gets
the
web
spider doesn't
sense.
naturally get it. We had to house rule that because for some fucking reason in D&D
just read
5e,
it.
when you wild shape into a spider, it doesn't.
The
it
giant
doesn't have
spider?
web.
The wolf spider?
Yeah. The stat
The
blocks
giant
we were
spider
looking
has
at,
web.
they didn't
Okay.
actually have a web
Hang on.
attack.
Oh.
We're getting way too in the weeds on this. I'm making my ruling. My ruling is make a ranged attack against an AC of 10
Okay.
because you're trying to hit a thing that's falling in the air.
I have a +5 then.
Yeah.
Can I re-roll that?
Yeah, please.
I would like
Absolutely.
to not. I mean,
Please do so.
Don't
Please do
bother.
so.
It's fine.
I wanna talk
I'll
about
be
it.
fine,
I want to
Cloris.
talk. You know what?
You can't speak. You're just
Natural
screaming
20.
right now.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
There
So
we
25.
go.
20. Hooray! So
I fixed your shirt while you're falling as well. There's like a little silk spot and
Picard.
you're falling through the air. You just had a moment where you were finally able to wake up, realize exactly how fucked you are. When you then find yourself smashed unceremoniously against the stone wall, that would have been just effectively just behind you, and you are stuck there with a mass of still moist and mildly lubricated webbing metastasizing around your limp and upside down body.
I didn't get Gwen Stacy though. All right.
No, you super did not. You did not have enough time. You're actually only about 8 feet down. They're 10 foot or 5 foot squares. So you are 10 feet down.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and pull you up eventually.
Well, it's just difficult
what-
terrain. She can technically move out of it.
Well, she has to climb too, but I think she can do that.
Yeah.
We're about to
Anywho.
find out, ain't we?
Yeah. Whose action?
Now that's top of the initiative roster, because technically, wait, did Angelica technically activate yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And got
then.
over being
My
stunned.
activation was to make a save and fall.
Was the save part of an activation, or was that somebody doing something to Angelica?
No. The save was getting out of the incapacitated effect on Angelica's turn.
Okay,
So you
then
make
we're
the
at the
save
top
at
of the
end
round,
turn. Yep.
which is us again.
Okay.
Yep.
So, who would like to go?
I have
Sorry.
an idea.
Ah.
Okay. Always
Um,
outrageous.
If Crafty Gamer does not sell a spider butt candle, we should petition them to do so.
You
I
all
don't
have
know
to
what this
describe
smells
what
like.
the spider butt smells like and tag us on
No.
Twitter.
So our backs are to the door.
Mm-hmm. It's a good choke point.
Shouting to Dinah. Dinah! Make a hole and get there. And he'll turn around and run to the door and try to swing it open while giving himself covering fire as a bonus action with my turret. Could I try to open the door as part of my movement?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Okay. Then I will still have an activation after that.
Yeah, it would take your whole movement, but you're also like basically right next to it. So.
Yeah. So getting to the door, starting to spin it open, and as the last thing he does before finishing as the door is opening, turning around, puts.
Well, hang on. I never said the door was open yet. Give me a strength check.
Oh, Jesus.
DC 17.
Ooh.
It's been here a while.
You looking for cover?
And there's not a lot of WD-40 in Innistrad.
Use Flash of Genius.
Yes, everyone.
Can we roll?
Please reroll.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
That is a 20.
Woo!
That'll do it. So yes.
That's kind of good for us, damn.
So as the door is opening, what else were you saying is happening?
If that's his movement, then the turret's going to be dousing more fire onto as many targets as possible without... Well, now that Angelica isn't on the bridge...
Yeah, you can hit all but one of... okay, all the little ones are dead. 2 big ones are bloodied. 2 big ones are not bloodied. You can hit 3 of 4 big ones, including both of the bloodied ones.
I'm going to hit as many as I can. So,
Okay.
Best appropriately roll save for them. As they are doused yet again.
They all fucking fail.
They all fail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can
I
appreciate
rolled
that.
1-1-3.
They all take 10 fire.
Okay.
And then they all need to make okay, so the 2 bloodiest looking ones. Are they within 5 feet of each other? Are they sharing, like, are they adjacent?
No, there's a blank space in between them where Wen used to be.
Do I have 2 adjacent creatures?
No.
They're all spread out that much.
They're all spread out with at least 1 space in between them, yeah.
Okay, then the bloodiest looking one
Okay.
pulls out a new small satchel about this big. There's green tape around it. Loads it into the end of his pistol. Draws it back. Fires it. There's a thump sound.
Yeah.
As a glass vial is fired out the end of it. That explodes on impact with an acid splash.
Nice.
So that's DC... that's a DC 16 Dex save.
Makes it.
Makes it?
Mm-hmm.
He then receives half 2d6 and 1d8. Oh! So that's 8 acid, 8 force.
Healthy roll.
Fuck yeah.
So 4
Nice.
acid, 4 force.
As you fire this vial into the vile fire beast, its face begins to crumble and melt inwards as the magma that is its life's essence pulsates and oozes out of its carapace, leaving an intensely hot puddle on the ground where once it stood. So there is, we'll call, extremely difficult terrain in between Dinah and the rest of the group, but the critter's dead.
As I open, swinging the door open after firing, we're leaving!
We're leaving. Thank you, Morpheus. Sorry.
This place
Next
is
action.
fucking evil. We're leaving. So now it's 3 Bone Devil activations, or which one died?
We'll say the slowest one for ease of numbers.
What about the summoned crew of said Bone Devil?
So that one's summoned. So the one you just killed never summoned anything. It was the one that tossed Angelica over the side and that had gotten its face punched in earlier. So it is now dead. Okay. So 5 shitty little demons all square up on you, Grant, because they recognize that you seem to be the cause of most of their problems.
Did they have to pass me to get to you? Because I moved forward to get Angelica.
Yes. Did they move past
The
spider?
I'm kind of on the
spider.
edge of the thing.
Oh, I see. So my thinking was that because you had to move over to the edge so that they could just kind of like squeeze around you, and still be threatening Connery. So they're not leaving your threatened area. They're effectively flanked between the two of you, but attacking Grant.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so attack 1 hits. Your armor class is 17, yeah?
It is 16, but I'm gonna double check something quick. Because I'm gonna change that.
Okay, well, three of them got 22 or higher, and then the other 2 didn't get shit. So it kind of doesn't matter unless you can increase it by 6.
Yeah. Okay, never mind then. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it was like 3, 3, 22, 22, 25. Because one of them got a crit. So you take probably still, though, not a whole shitload of damage. No. I mean, they roll... Yeah. Okay. So you take a grand total of... well, not a grand total. You take 2 piercing and 3 fire. 2 piercing and 3 fire.
5, 10.
And 8 piercing and 8 fire.
16.
And that's all of them. As they are stabbing you while you are shooting all sorts of shit and opening the door and generally being amazingly badass. But they're like getting in on your fucking knees and shit. They cannot hit you higher than your waist.
Not doing well.
Red Mage needs food badly. So who is next? Oh no, the big demons have to do their shit. So 1, 2, yeah, fuck it. All 3 of them are gonna attack Dinah because they, as far as they know, they've already killed Angelica.
Actual.
One of them attacks Dinah and misses. Another one attacks Dinah and hits, and another one attacks Dinah and hits. So, Dinah, you're gonna take. Oh fuck! Actually, you're gonna take. Okay, Dinah, you take
Yes.
a total of. Sorry, 24 piercing. As one of them manages to get you in both sides, and then I need you to make a Constitution save, DC 17.
Okay. Check something really quick. Oops, only strength that I get. That. Okay.
Is she within 10 feet of me? Or am I too far down?
No, you're a little too far down.
Okay.
but this should be her good save, I think.
20.
Yeah, see? Okay, so
One of my good saves.
it stabs you in the shoulder and was going to inject you with all sorts of awful oozing acid, but instead only hits you for 5 total points of acid damage. And then the next one hits you for 15 piercing, but gets no follow-up.
Oh, wait. Whoa, hold on. I have to do the half math really quick.
Rage.
So, hold on. Yep.
Does
so
barbarian
I'm
good.
down to that.
Rage
So,
against the dying
15
of your paladin.
15 down by half goes to 8 or 7. I forget if it's rounded up or down.
It's rounded against you, so 8.
Rounded up. Okay. So,
And if it's not, it is
Dinah-
today anyway.
Dinah's officially in the bloody section.
Okay.
Let's never
You-
call
you-
it that again, please.
Alright, what are you
You're
at total
welcome.
right now?
48.
Thank you, because I'm like, the halving.
Yeah, it takes me like a hot minute to do the halving. Especially because I don't have a calculator. But yeah, Dinah is unhappy with just, like, slashes, and her clothes are starting to get cut up, and she is growling at these motherfuckers. But it's
so
also
that-
just, like, eyeing the side, like, shit.
So that is all the actions. Dinah is currently being harried by 2 demons. There's still one that is flapping mid-air, and that's it. And then the 5 little assholes on the ground. Next action.
It's all of us. Like whoever hasn't activated this turn goes.
So I'm gonna heal some people.
I let go of the side of the cliff face and go, fly, you fools.
Yeah, you need to get off the fucking web and so I could do some other stuff.
I fully intend to spend my fucking entire turn hauling ass, so...
You can do all of your normal healing shit while in wild shape form, right?
No, you cannot.
Oh, okay.
It's
So-
a way down the road
Yeah.
thing for druids.
I mean, in that regard, the good news is that I am a backup healer, worst case scenario, but mostly it's just like, I'm just like, to let everybody know, like, my plan is to crawl as best as I can crawl up the wall. 'Cause
Well,
I
let's
don't
do that
actually
first then
know
to
how
get
do
you
that.
on
Yeah.
Okay.
on level.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I should do that first or last, so...
Let's do that first. Get you up
get
here.
up here!
Dumb question. Did I hang on to my shit?
Yes.
Okay.
And as you were
So
falling, even though your hat had separated itself from your head, when you got hit by the glob of webbing, it's currently on your ear, but your hat is there.
Yeah, no, it's like, sheathe the sword, reach over,
Webbed the hat.
rip this out of the glob, and turn to start, like, doing that gritting through pain thing of, like, muttering a prayer to myself as I, like, up the wall.
Okay.
How do climb wall? How do you make
Uh,
a walling climb?
Well, so it used to be climb. Like,
It's
that
athletics
was a
now.
cool skill. But now it's,
Right.
now it's athletics.
So it's just an athletics check.
Yeah, there's a DC, but I'm not going to tell you. Just tell me the number, and I'll tell you how it goes.
9, but it's a 10 because I have +1. I
Yeah.
rolled the 10.
Okay. You said a 9?
13.
10.
13.
13.
13. Flash Genius.
Hooray!
How many times
13!
can you do that? Holy cow!
He can do it once, or sorry, they can do it once per turn. And this is a new turn. I
Yep,
believe.
once per turn and 4 times during a long rest. So
Damn.
Okay.
I
so
used them
one
all.
more time. I think you have
Yeah.
one more. I think you've only done it 3 times.
No, that's the 4th.
that was the
Oh,
fourth.
because you used it on yourself to open the door.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And sorry, that was what I meant. Is like, do you just get to use this indefinitely, or do you have a
I got you.
roster of them?
So, 13 puts you above the DC 12 difficulty check, and so you are, in fact, able to climb at half your movement speed up the wall.
Okay. So that's 15. You said I was in difficult terrain as well. Does that also do a thing?
No. You're not. No. Difficult terrain
Okay.
is so up on the bridge part.
No is fine. I can just start climbing then.
Gotcha. Yep.
How far up the wall I gotta go?
10 feet.
Fantastic. That will leave me with 1 square of movement left. You just see like the fucking the point of the hat, and then the shield arm comes up, and then slumping myself onto the ground. Thank you, Spider.
It just lifts a singular pointed leg.
One pedipalp waving.
Just yo.
And then I guess I'll make this a dash action, to limp my ass towards the door, like holding like my guts in as I go, since I got fucking impaled.
Okay, so here's where the difficult terrain part comes in, is where the where the demon died. It's on the ground is lava that is dripping over the edge into the chasm.
Where's lava?
Ride me.
Well, you're on the other side of the lava, so you would have to.
If you came, well,
I mean,
why are we on opposite sides?
because Angelica had met the baddies where they were and got tossed off the bridge in the baddie side of things.
Dude,
Yeah, but
fired down diagonally.
Oh,
Yeah.
across a bridge.
Down that way. You didn't go straight down with your shot. You went that way.
Oh, I probably should have been clearer. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
No, it's what I thought too, hon. Like, don't even sweat it. Okay, so what am I doing about... okay. There is an impassable wall of lava on the floor in front of me.
It's not impassable. It's not impassable. So this is what I was saying.
Hey, Raiders, what up?
Oh fuck!
Oh.
Hi.
What's going on?
Whoa!
Thank you, Time Lord's wife, with your...
As we all suddenly sit up a little bit straighter.
Everyone's like, oh shit, we've been
Never.
stripping for hours.
I will sit as gay as possible.
I feel
damn
it.
I
I have a hat.
Whoa! I mean, rolling out the red carpet, I suppose, but like, come on now. Welcome everybody. We are mid-combat as our fantastic heroes are attempting to flee from evil demons in the sewers in a horrible town in Innistrad. Woohoo! Okay. So to explain, it's basically additional difficult terrain. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of poke your way through it.
So what do I need to do? If I
So-
want to walk to the door, tell me what I need to do mechanically.
Okay. You're not going to make it to the door this turn, but you can make it much of the way to the door this turn. Is basically the way that works.
Okay. I very gingerly then limp my way around all of this crap as I start to move. Invariably, I am walking past things and triggering God only knows how many attack of opportunity.
You're actually not. You basically walk up to and are currently, like, roughly in melee contact with the shitty little demons who have been spear poking our casters.
Okay.
So you walk up and they all look at you and go, "Ah, the burning one! Full of light, full of pain."
That's my turn.
You are in fact filled with pain right now.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad fucking day, it's true.
Okay, next activation.
Chloris or Dinah?
I'm most likely going to try and see about patching up whoever looks the worst, so that's not necessarily time sensitive. Dinah, however, is on the opposite side of a pool of magma, and the furthest away from the door, right?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of bad in my face, which is another problem.
So, like, extricating yourself from that in some capacity might be good. Like, disengaging maybe? Or, hell, I don't know. I don't know what you got as a barbarian.
Okay.
So you can run through them because the way movement in this shit works, like there's no like impassable anything really. You can effectively run between the two. They're just both going to get attacks of opportunity if you just wanted to straight up break away and make for the door. Otherwise, it's going to take you an extra round because you get to the other side of them.
No, you just take
Oh
a disengage action.
no! You just fucking disengage. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just
You
realized
just take a disengage action. Like,
That's how
literally
you're
the
able
thing
to
I just
move
said.
through other
Yeah.
other
we got to
creatures'
the same
spaces.
place at the same time. So you can just disengage. Yep.
Or
So-
if you want to dash, take the hits either way. Again, you're a cool barbarian. Do what you do.
Cool barbarian who's a little lower on health than she's used to and doesn't like it.
So the
So-
trade-off is if you hit them, you cannot disengage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Which is good that I remind myself because I've been a rogue before and I know that's a bonus action for rogues.
Yep.
So,
I miss it desperately.
during that whole time we're, like, being attacked, Dinah was just yelling, Angelica! Angelica! And then sees the shield come up and just, oh, fuck,
Right here.
watches her to see what she's doing.
Limping towards
Keeps
the
an eye
door.
on her as she goes. As soon as she sees that she's going for the door, Dinah's gonna bust through with her longsword, like, in the way, but is disengage mechanically to get through them.
Yeah.
But stays behind Angelica, making sure she's between Angelica and everything else, but moves with
Okay.
her.
Okay. These poor tiny summoned demons are not. All of a sudden, they've got much more of a party around them than they were expecting.
Dinah's growling at
Yeah.
them, like, I fucking dare you!
Next action.
That's you.
From the carapace of the spider, you see a line drawn, and the spear cuts through it, and a little briar beast crawls out first, and then Chloris pushes herself out from the spider's body, and the rest of the body falls around her, becoming the brown of her dress.
Oh.
It's the most metal wild shape ever.
Please understand that I love it and you when I say this. Ew! Ew!
That gets a meat sticker! Where are my meat stickers?
And
Meat
as she
stickers.
spins the spear back down, now that she's cut herself free, she's gonna run her hand along the ring and push through the cords to bring Minerva out. Minerva darts through that hoop and swoops past everything and lands and nuzzles along the hat brim of Angelica and nuzzles in, and that moment of warmth is gonna be I want to say like 2d8 in healing. Hold on, gotta spend my
That'd be
math
rad as
Really
hell.
pump that in though. Give an extra. Give
I can
it
do
a 3.
three.
Go
I'm gonna do
3.
3.
Go 3.
because I love you. Look at that.
Yeah.
Because we're friends.
Thank you.
You, Grant?
Thank you,
can say
friend.
that.
Because they hit me again,
Friendlies.
I might die.
Friendly.
Friendlies.
Oh, Grunkle Grant.
Friend.
Yeah.
It's part of the friend or foe nomenclature. It's forced to use this terminology.
No, it's totally, of course. I understand. I've been in the cavalry. I get
Sorry.
it.
I'm raging. Shut up, you like us!
Angelica, you're going to get back 22 health,
Thank God.
and then everyone else is going to get 7.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm back up at 41.
You procced
Hot damn.
the totem.
It was spring in that
55.
carapace, and a lot of things erupted from it. What?
Ew.
55.
Ew, I don't like that.
Mhm.
I don't, things are fucking in that armor.
Fortune.
It's like a
Fortune.
it's like a
Fortune.
cordyceps spider of healing. I can feel its spores.
I did briefly think about playing a spore druid.
Taking
but,
that
you know,
out,
You got this
Throwing it
instead.
away.
Okay. Next, action or activation?
That is if Dinah's gone, Chloris gone. We're at the top of the roster, so it's
Okay.
our activation. I have a bunch of tiny demons on me, correct?
You do. You have also gotten the door open. The
All right.
body language of the tiny demons, by the way, has shifted dramatically over the course of the past few actions. So when they last stabbed you, They were vicious, and their tiny but extraordinarily sharp little teeth were all bared fangs and such, as they were sticking you with their tiny spears. But as the barbarian and paladin both showed up, and also as the wood lady turned into a giant fucking spider, their overall expression has gone from to and they're all like backing away.
So, as a final little, okay. That's not being effective anymore, but I can use... I use the bonus action to douse the biggins with flame one more time.
Okay.
So they need dex saves.
Yep.
Oh shit, do we need to make sure that Lewis gets through the door with us? Do you need to, like, hang on
I
to
have
it?
plans.
Okay, good. Suddenly realized, like, no, Lewis! Oh, okay.
Oh.
The biggins make their save.
Backpack.
You guys understand, Lewis is precious now. Lewis was cool before, but now Lewis is important.
Have Lewis jump on my back, and then Lewis will watch his back. It'll be great. It'll be a great Lewis time.
There's more to this grant than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's the eye.
Ow. I did that to myself.
I shouldn't have healed anyway.
Yeah, you did.
I did that to
We should have
myself.
all died together.
That wasn't
as
my
friends.
intent, but I did it to myself. 6 fire damage. That's halved from the full 11.
Okay.
So 6 fire.
Okay.
And he's going to go ahead and get those little bastards off of him. As he pulls out a handful of tiny glass beads that all roil similarly to that big one that he threw before, and just dumps them into the end of his barrel, blunderbuss style, points it at them all, pulls back, and releases Thunderwave.
Yes!
Feels like a
I'm
bit
so
of
happy you
overkill for this, but that's fine. Yeah, do it.
I'm so happy.
It's only one spell slot, but it's the movement that gets them off of me. This isn't Shatter. This is the low end one.
Yeah, you get that pushback.
I get that 10.
Yep.
So they need to make
I
con
love
saves.
Thunderwave.
Okay.
DC
You can
16.
fly.
This is 6. Yeah, con is their bad save. Hang on.
Spoke too soon.
We're getting some lucky motherfuckers here.
No, he's above ground, and we're gonna take care of
shit.
him.
They all saved.
Of course they did.
I rolled nothing lower than a 16 on that one. I'm sorry.
Of course they did.
I was rolling 1s and 3s all night, so I don't feel bad about this.
You can't say that. Do you remember how much damage you put into people?
So that's 6. That's 6 thunder damage.
6
That's
thunder damage?
already
Okay.
That's I rolled 12.
That's fine. They're all bloodied.
Okay. None of them get pushed back 10 feet. That defeated the purpose of my entire action. Damn it.
Well, but they very badly don't want to attack you anymore, for what it's worth. Like, you maybe don't know that, but if there's a way for them to signal that with their body language, they're doing it.
I can't move because that would mean opportunity attacks, and I don't have the health to be opportunity attacked.
Wait, you
Bye.
should be at 25 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many? There are 5 of them on me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
can't take
No,
5 possible attacks
No.
right now.
that's fair.
So that was my attempt to make room for myself.
That's okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Noticing that we are trying to make our exit... no, I'll hold off on this then. I can do it at any time, so I'll wait.
Okay. So next action is demons, I believe? Yeah?
3 demons.
Okay.
Boy.
The little demons all run away. So you can all make attacks of opportunity. No, they just disengage. Never mind. I'm a liar. So the little demons disengage and run the fuck away from you, screaming, "Ah! Get away! Get away! Get away! We have failed! We're sorry! We have failed!" As they all run behind the big scorpion demons. And then, like, the moment they're behind them, they're, like, peeking out from behind the scorpion demon's hindquarters and, like, kind of, like, with their spears, like, sticking their tongues out at you.
Doing the Tusken Raider.
Yeah, exactly.
The critters.
The critters.
The critters.
Yeah.
The critters.
The remaining big-ass demons all start mouthing an incantation that is similarly horrifying as it is spoken, and causes each of you to feel a deep and unabiding dread somewhere far within the inner recesses of your soul or heart. But it is not the same as before. They are not summoning demons, but rather they cast harm spells to heal each other. So, yes. So each of them heals up a significant amount of damage to the point where none of them are bloodied anymore. And they all move about, let's see, there's not that much space here, and they don't want to be in melee yet, so they all move 5 feet closer, so that there is a 10-foot gap in between them and you. And that's the demon's action, was to patch up their buddies.
So it's the 3 of us.
Yep.
Remaining.
Yep. And Grant, if you had been holding move action, I'm perfectly willing to allow you to use it now if you'd like.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the door, and you hear just a little whistle, and Lewis breaks into puzzle block pieces and flows through the air and reassembles it on his pack.
It de-reses.
It's the Yellow Devil.
It breaks into a whole bunch of
Mega Man.
pieces and then flies
Yeah.
out, swirls, and repuzzleifies itself onto his back into the lament configuration before he gets through the door.
Why do
Totally.
you ever have to pack it?
That's really
Why do we have
cool.
to carry it?
More
Right,
meat
it's exhausting.
stickers.
Because that's exhausting.
Okay, so you and Lewis are through the door, and I will describe what you see there when more people get through the door. Who's up next?
Who
It's
still has to go?
I think it's all of you.
all
So-
the rest of you, yeah. Get through
Okay.
the
Yeah.
door.
It's
Is anyone doing anything other than getting through the door?
While going through the door, I was going to heal this one.
Okay.
Do you have
And-
something there, Dara?
Yeah, I do have something particular that I like to do, but if Cloris wants to heal first, I'm cool with that.
Oh, the timing doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, let's hang on to that. What do you want to do, Dinah? Because I want to...
Dinah looks over her shoulder and sees that the demons have stopped to, like, do a little patching up and goes, "This is good a time as any," and she sheaths her sword really quickly, comes up behind Angelica, and scoops her up bridal style and takes off towards the door.
Okay. So, I'm going to sort of move us forward a little bit and say that you all get inside the door and are able to close it and turn the handle to keep them out. For a brief moment,
Yeah.
inside the room, sorry, as you close the door, you can hear the hissing lion roars of the scorpion demons as they begin advancing on you. As you get inside the room, it is initially pitch black.
Even with my glowing sword.
And everywhere but, like, right next to your glowing sword. As if it were, say, I don't know, magically dark, as opposed to just regularly dark. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Grant, for example, can, like, use a glow potion thingy, whatever. But it's still fucking dark.
By the way, everyone received 7 health.
Oh, and that's on top of...
Yes.
Okay.
Hang on one sec with the bookkeeping. Let me finish the description, because then also I need to pee, and then you guys, while I'm doing that, can handle all this. As you finish turning the handle on the door to close it entirely, the magical darkening effect fades, and warm, like salt lamp light begins to rise in the room until it's at about 50% light level, from the floor, like the bases around the floor. You're in a circular stone room with a central pillar, and all around the wall, on the outside edge of the room, is an extremely intricately carved mural. In the center, the pillar, on the back half, there is a doorway that leads to a circular staircase that goes down into further darkness. So you can't really see what's down there, but like you know how you would at least progress that direction. But you are not in combat. We are not in combat rounds, and I will be right back.
So my one question before I make a smartass remark is, does Dinah put me down once we're on the other side of the door, or am I just still hanging in her arms?
She got distracted by the room. So she's just kind of like, was about to be like, are you okay? And then just like, what the fuck?
So I turn my head then towards Grant and just go, we're leaving? I go over the edge and that's your first order?
The assumption was that you were going to be recovered while we were going.
So you do still have faith.
I had
Good to know, Grant.
every confidence that you would be able to pull yourself back up.
I wouldn't have left you there no matter what.
I think I found a new angel to start worshipping. Thank you.
Hardly, but thanks.
Also, there was a spider, and...
Yeah, that spider was... That was...
Sounds like a nightmare. That's terrible. You must have hit your head terribly hard.
I just smile at Chloris. The spiders aren't nearly as bad as I thought they were. Yeah, you can put me down. It's fine. Thank you. I think I can stand.
Just put you down very gently and, like, making sure to slowly lower your legs until you get your footing, and then just... You sure?
She just slumps against the wall, probably leaving some blood on the mural. Like, what's everyone's status?
There's blood on Angelica where it's not hers. It's definitely Dinah's blood now. On Angelica's outfit, just like, I've been better, but okay. And then she looks at Grant and Chloris. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm exactly demon sturdy, because that was a lot. Grant, you ain't looking too good either.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just need to check my provisions and see how far along I am. You'll excuse me, as he turns around and starts going through his pack, checking rounds and small jars and canisters, and also the one thing you notice that he's doing in particular, like the going over the small bits of cartridge and things like that, very quick. He spends most of his time, you can see him hand counting up from one as he goes over all the pieces of the cube that is Lewis, counting up each one as if you've ever seen the Lament configuration, aka the Hellraiser cube, it's about as intricate as that, and he's counting each and every little piece, every facet, as part of this short rest.
Presumably.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is absolutely a short rest.
I'm going to use a health die.
I mean, so right now, you all probably could still use hit die, but you shouldn't be too bad off. But let me know what your modified numbers are.
I'm still bloodied.
You're at 62?
Yep.
That's still larger than some of us when we wake up in the morning, darling, so please do not sweat it.
Bloodied 62.
I need to take a lot of damage for everybody. Let's not forget that either.
Roll your goddamn hit dice and stop bitching.
I'm
Bitch
yelling at that
exactly as
one.
much as I wish to bitch. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna spend 4 of my hit dice.
I can't believe I just reached into my fucking pile of vampire dice and went, which ones of these are D10s?
Wait a second.
I got a 12 and
I
an
gotta
11.
double check my hit
Holy
die
fuck.
properly.
Here's a question.
Oh, I'm D8s. Never mind. I'm sorry.
You guys are really so hit dice don't count as proccing the spirit, right?
Nope.
Okay.
That's just resting.
Okay.
By the way, while Grant was going through all his stuff, the ghost with the longsword went up to Grant and just squatted down next to him and put his hand on his shoulder before dissipating back into Dinah's longsword.
Hmm?
I think Lewis wanted to make sure everything was okay.
No, Lewis is fine. I've checked.
Then Lewis is happy about that.
There's multiple Lewises.
I believe
Guys,
we have
each
a...
have a Lewis. This is a
Yes.
wonderful comedy bit. You're gonna be the talk of the town.
Third base. So,
And then there's just a little bit of that disappears under Dinah's capelet.
to describe the room that you find yourselves in a little bit.
Quick question before we
it-
move forward. Cloris was examining everyone to make sure they were all right. I also asked if you guys could let me know your updated totals, and you didn't. Not everyone did that.
Yeah. Sorry. No,
Because I'm still rolling.
I was still rolling them. I am at full. I'm back at 68.
Okay.
I just kept burning hit dice until I got the full.
I'm gonna do 1.
Erdith, at least one of them is Lewith.
That'll be. I have a Lewis. 13. 113. I'm at 113.
Alrighty, thank you.
So dumb. Okay.
I'm almost at full.
So close.
Yeah.
Like,
not worth
I'm
another
a
D12.
paladin. That's still twice my maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the room that you were in, the floor is volcanic rock, jet black, but slightly glassy. The walls are a blue-hued, sort of like a granite. Not polished, but still, but of uniform color. The walls are sculpted in relief, and give me. Actually, I don't even need a roll for this because Grant, you're take a 10 on your history check, and you get a what, like a 20 something.
If I take it on a history check, that would taking 10 would put me at a 17.
17, which is more than enough to realize that from the door that you entered, just to the right of the door, from your right, and then moving all the way around the room until it wraps back around to the left side of the door, from looking at it, is a history. It's a historical pictographic representation of a point in time, or perhaps multiple points in time. You would need to actually look at it to really figure out exactly what it is, but you can tell that it is meant to be essentially read chronologically.
Mm-hmm. This looks to be some kind of record. I assume it has something to do with well, whatever's down here. Is there anything particularly vampiric about this, or is it mostly demonic?
Oh, it's almost entirely demonic.
Mm-hmm.
So, although there are, okay, this time I will need you to make a. Let's see. Let's go with Okay. Anyone can help out. This is going to need someone other than Grant to suss out all of it. Like, Grant helps, and then Grant will need help from at least one other person. Because of the size, and we don't want to be here, for days while Grant like painstakingly works his way through it.
So what kind of roll would this be?
So, I will accept religion, history, or arcana. Anyone other than Grant have those?
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that Grant needed to make that roll, and then I don't understand what we're doing mechanically. Is what I got lost in.
I apologize. So
I am rolling religion. Is what I'm doing. Got it.
Grant to roll and someone else to roll.
Hi. As I scourge myself. Like,
23.
23 on which roll?
Which would you prefer?
I know it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
whichever one that Angelica isn't doing, that's fine.
I'm doing religion because that's what I'm good at. I also need to burn one of our rerolls because
Okay.
no.
Go for it.
I rolled
would
a
go
fucking
Arcana.
2. Like,
Okay.
son of a bitch. It's not much better. 14 on my religion check.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Grant's doing the heavy lifting. You, ever so often, you point out, oh, no, wait, no, Grant. So, okay. Let me start over. Beginning at where Grant has identified the history starts, you see carved figures representing humans. And on the left side of them, above them, you can see carved figures that Grant is initially not totally sure of, but Angelica realizes, oh, no, those are definitely vampires that are seen harrying and harassing the humans. The humans in the next panel head into a cave or underground structure of some kind. The vampires seem to be stopped at the mouth of the cave. The humans, a smaller group of them now, in the next panel, head further into the cave. Yes. Head further into the cave and find a box. And the box is depicted as glowing.
Looks
Next
at
panel
Lewis.
over.
Yes. Like, turns her sword towards Lewis. Like, looks at that. Looks at Lewis. Like that.
History,
Next
not
panel
prophecy.
over. Some of the humans have opened the box, and a
That's not
powerful and monstrous figure is shown as emanating from it. It has no legs, but its chest and arms are bigger than any 3 people as depicted on this mural. The people around the creature that is coming out of the box are shown kneeling and bowing to it. And in the next panel, and really as this continues, what you are able to suss out is that this is the origin of the deal made with the demon, that they would be protected from the vampires and given an opportunity for longer life at the cost of essentially helping the demon to enter this realm sometime in the future. The humans accepted this deal because humans are particularly bad at judging future consequences, and all was fine.
There you
The final 2 panels, Chloris realizes, just from looking at it and being just passively very good at seeing things like this, have been edited recently. And by recent, I mean, if all of this was created about 1,000 years ago, the final 2 panels were created or edited about 500 years ago.
Is it pigmented or carved?
It's all carved, but it looks as if it was changed. You can see that, like, maybe the panels, the original panels, might have been taken out and these new ones added in, or
different tools, different depth, that kind of stuff.
Yep, yeah. And what you realize is that about 500 years ago, the humans decided to go back on their agreement, thinking that since the demon was gone, that it would be safe to do so. The vampires were gone as well. And so they attempted to ward and essentially jail Withengar in this place.
Mm-hmm. They wanted to put... Oh, wait. Innistrad wouldn't have Genie back in the bottle as a reference. They wanted to put the cat back in the bag. Nope.
You know, I
They have
think
cats.
They have cats.
Yeah.
They have bags. They wanted to put the cat
absolutely
back
have
into the
cats.
bag.
Yeah.
Cats, I find, generally are not especially pleased at being bagged.
No. This is definitely pre-Abyssinian. And more than likely, they learned their wards from the Abyssinian teachings, which is what gave them the ability to try and renege on Withengar in the first place.
Yeah, the original panels are definitely pre-Abyssinian. The edited ones are definitely post.
Yes.
If he's been stuck in here, then he never would have made his way into the Hell Vault. Not that that matters anymore.
True.
All right.
I'm curious as to how, if he was bound here, how our friend knew of him in wherever Penny Nickel Street, whatever, was.
Oh, you mean Ingo Bold?
Oh no, the waxy doll.
Edmund,
Oh.
our possessed friend. I don't understand any of this. Especially with...
Again, assuming he's not mad or whatever, or if he's one of these planeswalkers. Demons have powers beyond understanding and mortal ken, though I would hesitate to say that they are on par with the powers of the angels themselves.
Just give me
Anyone who
time.
wants to can make a religion check.
I'm great at religion.
Who can do those
I'm all
things?
religion
Can-
up.
Anyone who wants to.
Oh, okay.
This will be fun.
I'm with you.
21.
27?
Nice.
Natural 20?
Me too.
I only got a 21 for my natural 20 though. But that means twins.
Okay.
I rolled a 7, which is a 6.
I'm so proud of you, honey!
Everyone's looking all very close and just Dinah's in the background chewing jerky, just like rock.
She's
Yeah.
eating jerky, but staring at only the panel that has like any mention of vampires. Going, I fucking hate these assholes. Just
or just given that it was a failed religion check, is just thinking blasphemous things without really realizing it.
He's kind of hot. Look at the way they carved him.
I love the idea
He's
that all
cut.
like 3 of us moved down following the path, and you got to the part about vampires and stopped. The rest of us just kept going. You're still just sitting there, just seething at it.
I hate you just
yeah,
like
what
I
do we
hate
figure
him
out?
so much.
There are tales, and both Cloris gets this. Grant gets this 6 points better somehow. That there are stories in the literature of demons, even ones who have been bound either to objects or locations, still managing to exert their influence some distance away from where they are known to be bound.
Hmm. The wells. This is where the water
The
flows
wells.
through.
You're
And
thinking it's a
Addison's
conduit
name.
for the presence?
Withengar is riding through. The vampiric pipes that transmit demonic water.
To be fair, and she holds Minerva's ears because he got loud. very wonderful, rejuvenating. I felt happier. So,
Blasphemous
blasphemy.
showers.
you liked it too, Angelica.
That's what I'm saying. No, sorry, that was meant to. Blasphemy. As in, like, it felt good.
Listen, that felt great. I would blaspheme all over again to feel that good.
I'm sorry.
Grins.
Yeah, so water being a known conduit for all kinds of arcane workings, your idea is that because these pipes run down through where, the temporary housing is, that the water was how they were able, like roots, to reach above.
Yes.
So, what are you thinking, Grant? We find the source, bless it? Maybe we can
Consecrating it
do something
might
about the influence?
help. Destroying the source itself might help. It also might dissuade Ingo Dult from continuing his little crusade.
It's not fair, it hurts to laugh. Okay. Then we press on. As much as I would love to get back and kill Lucky Lefty, I don't think we're heading back to that door anytime soon.
Who?
Lefty.
I thought we liked Lefty.
He assigned us a
yeah,
traitor.
So the when, not who, not what, but Wendelin that took your place briefly while you were indisposed. He was the one who removed you from our side and then sent Wen with us. Wen is the reason for all of the, and then just gestures towards all the screaming and scratching at the door.
Also responsible for this really beautiful cloak, though. There's a little
Wen,
spin.
honestly,
Oh, step.
mercenary.
Yeah,
I
souvenir.
get it. She's doing whatever she's doing. Honestly,
I guess every
it's-
cloak has a silver lining.
Oh my god, there's hope for you yet.
Again, Grant, that's
Mine is
not
red.
fair. No,
All right.
it's Lucky I'm worried about. Consider, Lucky stopped us short of continuing our investigation on what was wrong with our planeswalker friend. Lucky was the one who was reporting strange things while we were trying to get back to camp. Lucky was the one who gave us a viper in our midst. It's hard to speak while your lungs hurt. No, I don't trust him. And
What I'm
we
gathering
need to
is
get
we
some
kill
word to
Lucky.
the captain, but
Well, if we
we
kill
need to get
everyone we
Lucky.
distrust, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to add more to the list. In which case it might take a very long time and it might be more time economical for us to take care of the current situation. First, then.
No,
Probably be
I'm
trying
Oh,
to
yes.
the captain.
I'm not-
thing.
Time out, everyone! Your
Yeah.
sergeant is speaking.
Easy.
I'm not saying we go now. Again, see the door with the scratching and the screaming. We're in no shape to get out there. We have to find another way out of this tunnel. When we do, however, and I'd like pop open and look at my stopwatch, my pocket watch. I just hope that the captain is still alive by the time we get up there.
I mean, they have more help now.
What do you mean?
They got more help.
Well,
From what?
Who
reinforcements?
arrived?
From the
Reinforcements?
air-
Yes, reinforcements. Who?
Oh, yeah, it's a reinforcements, but it's like it's the townsfolk, but like they're reinforcements helping the townsfolk
broke free of
reinforce
their-
themselves.
They broke free of their
Sunbursters?
Oh, the sunbursters.
No. It's just like so. Like I got visited by some spirits who were just like, "Hey, we can help, but we have to take over the townsfolk for a while." And I made a deal with them.
Avacyn's name.
What?
You
Listen,
consented for spirits to ride the townsfolk.
listen. I know that's really weird coming from me
Yes,
of
it
all
is.
people, but listen for a hot second, okay? They're not gonna defend themselves. This at least gives them a fighting fucking chance, because right now they don't give a fuck about anything. I told them, you leave alone anybody who didn't drink the fucking water here. That means the kids, that means the sunbursters, Evelyn, don't touch any of them. But anybody who isn't willing to defend themselves right now, it is the only chance they have of doing so.
That's assuming that the spirits are forthright with you. Given the option, I would rather have a very lazy, slothful
We actually spoke
child.
to them.
What? Is everyone
They've
speaking to ghosts?
already- we hadn't had much time to catch you up, but we had already made a pact with them. I'd already given them my word. They'd given me theirs.
I understand you
And
guys
yeah,
look at
what?
me like heretical because I come from the woods. I burn my bodies. I put them in trees. It's
Oh,
very strange.
no. The arrangement that we had did not involve any possession. The arrangement
No.
that we had allowed them to persist until they were going to be put to a permanent rest, and they were allowed to assist to get their revenge.
Oh, revenging spirits. Oh. Okay.
So,
Possessing
well, I
the
guess I don't have
townsfolk. I would also like to inform you, Dinah, everyone drinks the water. It's just those who are full of life are unaffected by it. So in a way, you have given them permission to inhabit the whole town.
No, I told them to leave alone whoever
Didn't drink the water.
wasn't affected by the water.
How did you
Right?
word it? That is important.
I don't fucking know. They told me that you guys were betrayed and I needed to fucking move because you were in trouble and I needed to go, but I also needed to help that whole situation because this town is just willing to get fucked right now and I wanted to fucking help, and she just punches the fucking mural where the fucking vampire is.
Take 2 damage.
Good. Excellent. Pointy rock damage.
As you also wreck a fist-sized portion of that mural.
Belongs in a museum.
The shit museum.
very, very, very gently and very, very slowly, the leaning against the she's once again slid down the wall. A little hand comes up and puts itself on top of the cut fist. Get 2 hit points back as I lay on hands.
Oh.
Adorable.
Just putting those right back on you.
Ouch.
It's all right, Dinah. What's done is done.
Fuck you, E.T. You're creepy.
Listen, obviously, we all know some ghosts that are actually honest and willing to help. Just does this between her and Grant.
My situation is very different. Please understand that. Binding and free are also... Understand. This is an area of expertise for myself. The situation outside is dire now. I'm not going to hold it entirely against you. I apologize if it may seem that I'm being harsh. And I'm displeased at the situation, not displeased with you. But next time there is a moment where a spirit or a geist is requesting your assistance, a quick reference with one of us before making a choice. And I mean this not in a belittling way, saying in a safety's way, for all our safety. That we don't go making decisions with entities like that without conferring first.
That's why I agreed, though. And I don't think they were gonna follow me everywhere.
We will handle it when we need
I
to.
felt like I
handle
didn't have... I needed to do it then. I just had this feeling in my gut, and...
Again,
I know about ghosts wanting revenge, too, and honestly, right now, enemy of my enemy. If they're willing to help, and then they get put to rest by getting their revenge, I don't think they're gonna have the fucking time to fuck anything up.
Revenge is
concern.
often a very messy affair. Regardless.
There's that.
The situation, like Angelica said, is as it is. Mincing over it further
Yes.
isn't going to get us anywhere. What are we doing from here?
down.
Are we following the pipes?
Continue on.
We go down.
Only way to go.
We go down, and we hope that whoever those ghosts are riding aren't put into further danger beyond their capacity to handle it. That was my worry. I didn't intend to put these people, to put their own bodies on the line for the sake of a bunch of dead who can't stay quiet. But that's behind us now.
And
So,
They're still battling for themselves.
if the unquiet dead don't keep their word, I have use for their material components. Let's continue.
Yeah, Angelica just gets up and pulls her sword back out and starts moving towards whatever exit there is here.
I can have
Yeah,
Minerva
so,
scout a little further if we're worried about our vision.
And Minerva see in magical darkness.
Magical darkness, you're right.
I don't think Minerva can scout.
Yeah.
So you have the pathway carved into the center pillar that leads to a spiral staircase that goes straight down. It corkscrews down into the earth quite a ways. But as you move, the magical darkness dissipates within a radius of you. So you sort of exist within a bubble of just normal, extremely dark, of about 30 feet or so. And then everything past that is magically dark until you get to the very bottom of the stairwell, which, if you had to guess, probably about 150 feet down. And it empties out into a wide empty open space carved directly into the rock. This, however, unlike the sewers and the history room, is not finely crafted, but rather rough-hewn by necessity, not by art. In the center of the the center of the open area is a railroad track, a minecart track. The room that you're entering into is basically about 50 feet wide, about 7 feet tall, so it's pretty short actually, and heads gradually up, like at an incline, where the track is headed. There is a large crank cart, so like a pulley. I've forgotten what the name of it is, but the ones where like one person on either side pushes the thingy, the seesaw thing. Hand cart. Thanks. There's a hand cart.
That $300 hand
Pump
cart.
cars, I believe.
Yeah, I was trying not to make Blazing Saddles references.
Sorry.
Not because they're not funny, just because I
got you.
Anywho,
Sorry.
so there's a handcart there, stopped against a railing, and there is also some kind of machinery that is attached to. It's like planted in the ground and attached to the back end of the minecart track. It has a few small red glowing lights inside an otherwise rectangular, boxy metal container with a front panel that can be opened. The metal panel, or the metal container thingy, is about it's 6.5 feet tall and about 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep.
Would you say a proficiency with thieves' tools would make me a little more aware of if something is rigged?
Yeah, it's a perception check either way. anymore. So basically, anyone can do it.
Okay.
You're worried about it being suspect. Do you need any assistance looking it over?
Everyone should be paying attention, looking for anything out of place, anything up against or untoward.
I'm less looking at the cart than at that
I
point
rolled
and
even
more
worse.
looking
You want me to
around.
reroll? I have +6. We are low on fortune, but I can reroll if no one else did well.
I rolled like hot fucking trash.
Yeah,
I
I rolled a
saying
9.
I would like to be
Okay,
cautious
Okay.
if that's okay with everybody.
let's try.
By all
Yeah,
means, like
that's fine.
I rolled a frickin' 3, so go ahead. Like,
Dinah's kicking rocks.
21.
She's a little like upset.
and Angelica's kind of watching her for the moment, just kind of keeping an eye on things. Not like angry style, but like, I shouldn't go bug you right now, but I gotta keep an eye on you.
Florence is moving about, but she seems to occasionally stop, stare blankly while Minerva is flying. She just stands there. Comes back.
So 21 on that.
Okay. Minerva, by the way, is able to scout ahead here, but does not want to. Minerva tells you, Chloris, that she gets she's afraid. There is something down that track, and she doesn't want any part of it. She can sense it from here.
I hear you. I hear the concern, but you are also a part of me. And that part of me says you will scout forward and give me eyes on that.
Okay. Minerva seems unhappy, but acquiesces, recognizing that your logic is infallible and also its existence depends on you. You're 21, by the way, nets you certainty that this box is not trapped in any way.
It's super safe. Well,
Super safe.
yeah.
I'll take you at your word then.
We're taking
Popping the
people-
panel
Oh,
off.
that's good.
Grant is gonna put his technical know-how to some use.
With an understanding of water and pipes and steam, also comes an understanding of hydraulics. The handcart can also be hydraulically pushed up this hill.
More demonic usage.
You just don't like to be wet, do you, Grant?
No, the water isn't going to go pouring out of this.
Nope.
Just, I'm suspect of all water works
God damn
in
it,
this
Derek.
town.
Them pipes are sus.
If you're going to be worried about something, you should be worried about what lies ahead. Even Minerva doesn't want to go looking.
We have a particularly insidious water polo team as well.
Yes, I'm
Can
sure
we
that's
move
what
it
awaits us.
manually, or should we just track up ourselves up by foot?
No, hold on. Let me see if I can get it to work. I have
Grant.
like 4 different tool proficiencies. Would any of them allow me?
Yeah, what do you want to use?
Tinker's tools, I think, would be the best for this situation.
Fucking fantastic. Sounds perfect. Give me a roll.
Do you want me to paint some flames on the side, make it go faster?
As
You
he's-
have to paint it red.
Yeah.
As he's
Red
working on
flames.
it, he's specifically mumbling to himself that this does not constitute as a deal with a demonic entity. I'm just using the hydraulic forces and physics of this machine.
Oh, Grunkle Grant.
That's going to be a 23.
It'll be okay.
Because convenience is comfort, and comfort is pleasing, and pleasing things are sinful.
Angelica, I cannot kill this, so please bind it.
Your 23 is enough. All of you hear a distinct, have you all heard the sound that metal makes in old radiator systems as it heats up and it makes that extremely loud knocking noise?
Yep, that's the sound of a
Okay.
New York apartment
Oh.
building.
Yes.
I did
So, I mean,
briefly, have radiators in another state or country.
sometimes it'll even knock so loud that it'll vibrate things around it, and it can even make you feel like your whole house is about to blow apart.
Add that with a bit of mold, and that's how you get a ghost story.
Mm-hmm. So that's the kind of noise that you hear as the boiler underneath this thing starts heating up.
Nice.
But as it does so, sodium lamps from here all the way up the track start turning on as well. And so you are now in a warmly, if dimly lit, minecart pathway, minecart passage. And the cart itself, the hand crank, which was at sort of a canted angle, goes straight level as the sound of the water boiling and gaining steam and pressure hits a steady hum after all of the horrifying knocking noises.
All aboard.
After all the lights kind of come on, Angelica just sort of looks up the line of it and just sort of half mutters to herself, "Into darkness we descend, that in light we may return," which is something Grant would recognize as scripture.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it occurs to me that your helpers were supposed to have come with you. For continuity's sake, we'll say that they peeled off and helped the townsfolk instead. Oops. So
They got lost. They took
that
like
was my-
3 left turns.
That was my "oh wait" mid-combat, and then I realized, you know what, let's just let it ride.
yeah, yep.
I
And
was like,
speaking
wait,
of
there
letting
was
it
three
ride,
more of us.
yeah. Speaking of letting it ride, the group of you hop onto the cart, and
Dinah
you
helps
do-
everybody in.
you-
Uh,
it's actually it's flat. There's no guard.
Oh,
Your
it's a
legs
flat one?
dangle. Yeah, your legs dangle off the side.
Ooh, that's how
Uh,
you lose a leg.
Want to be a
Don't
ride
do that.
attendant.
Now you do still have to crank it, but thanks to the hydraulics, it's like nothing. Grant could do this all day and not really even break a sweat.
I mean,
wow.
It's because I'm
That
tall
means-
and have more leverage.
Yes.
True, but I also, you're also a
Shut up,
ranged,
Grant.
one of our 2 ranged attackers. Yeah,
Just-
quiet you.
Just one-handed.
oh,
I earned this
maintaining eye contact.
with the machine.
And so, with Grant cranking it, you make your way. It was my turn. I'm sorry. You make your way up the hill at a relatively decent speed. But just as you're beginning to crest the hill, and then as you hit level ground, you're probably at around 10 miles an hour or so. So not bad.
Listen, 10 miles an hour not walking is still 10 miles an hour faster than we would be doing if we were just standing still. So,
Okay.
It becomes, as you get towards the top, gradually brighter and also significantly warmer. You get to the top and the track hits level ground, and there's a curve, and as you round the curve, you find yourself at the bottom, or at least the sort of ground floor of a circular corkscrew track leading up the inside of a mountainous chasm, at the bottom of which is a giant pool of roiling magma.
That's
And at the
terrible.
top of which there is a platform, and I'll give you guys a good drawing of this later. But at the top of which is a stage and a platform, and Ingo Bolt, surrounded by at least 20 darkened figures, all with what hang gliders attached to their backs, and Edmund suspended in chains over the magma. There is a circular metal, like a tube, that has been attached into his chest. You can see this despite the fact that he's about 200 feet up. that you cannot see any of his flesh inside of the tube, but there is a glowing, like a brilliantly glowing white light suspended in midair inside of the tube. On the other end of the chains is a 12-foot tall, 15-foot wide mirror, the silver surface of which is rippling, and in the mirror's image is a monstrous, hideous, black-skinned, bright, flaming red-eyed demon lord with 20-foot wings and a lashing, writhing tail. And that's where we're going to end it.
Well,
Fuck. Well,
Flop's leg.
I'm glad we didn't exert effort and make ourselves tired using the handcart.
From the Garden State comes the pretty one.
I immediately look at Thor.
Connor.
Huh? What?
Say the thing. Say the thing.
Oh,
All
I'm
of
the
them are in New
Connery?
Jersey and pretty.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just wanting to see who was going to claim it. That's all.
I just looked at right.
All right. Who's the other awesome one from the Garden State?
There's 3 people here from New Jersey.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in hell. I'm in literal.
I'm a
Which might be
possum,
awesome
so I
or
don't
whatever the
need to
fuck
tell
this next
you.
one's.
Okay, so let's just scrap that. This didn't work out at all. I love you all very much. From let's say the basement, on the left side of the basement in the house that DLG built is
Really building what? Sandra, just let me leave. Just let me leave.
okay, and then the Shriner in the basement.
Connery.
And then the one who isn't in the DLG house but is still in the same state.
Dara!
And then the one who's in the hellscape that is Texas.
Fox.
And then me from Ohio, fucking everything up. Have a good night, everybody. And remember to always stay evil.